Hi, welcome to Money Confidence. I'm Crystal Oculi, the Chief Financial Strategist here at Confidence Wealth, and every week I try to bring a topic to you that's relevant and what it seems to be on everyone's mind. So obviously with, the conditions of the market and everyone's conversation about the economy, it's been about market strategies, and everyone wants to know, do I get out? Do I get back in? What's the best way to do it? And whenever I get questions like that, it always makes me think about people that have just tried to time the market. There's a difference about having a foundational plan in place and tweaking things. But to go in and out of the market, if we look back historically, we've seen where there's been situation over and over again where people are averaging less than 3%. And that was based on a study that was done. And it's just not bringing the result that they were looking for, because most people get emotional. They get out at the low, and then they get back in at high, and they miss out that increase. So you always want to situate yourself in a way that you have different buckets that are set for different times, and it's tested through stress testing the portfolio and seeing, would the sequence of return backfire on me if there are negative years at the beginning? Because that's important. If you look back historically, and if people have been in, let's just use S&P 500 index fund. There was a big difference between someone retiring in 1990 and then having the result of what happened, 15 years later. They may have a much more positive outcome than someone that had retired in 2000, because the first 3 years were negative, and then there was recovery, and then 2008 happened. So that 15 years looked a lot worse for someone that retired in 2000 versus someone that retired in 1990, let's say, withdrawing the same amount. So I know in one of my webinars, I actually gave an example of that. Two brothers retiring side by side with $500,000 and 40,000 withdrawal, or 30,000 withdrawal, was something like that. You can go back to the webinar. I'll be happy to actually put the link in here that you can watch that. And it really does make a difference. So it's really important to understand that it is not just about, if I go through the ups and downs, it's going to be okay. No, it's about what stage of retirement you're in, and do you have the right safety net in place to make sure that your portfolio can go through a storm and you can come out of it and still make your goals happen. I know there are no such thing as 100%, but the whole purpose of stress testing, running different Monte Carlo simulations, running more aggressive crashes through the Monte Carlo simulations, is what can actually help you achieve. Let's plan for the worst case scenario and expect the best. That's the best way. So again, little tweaks, little adjustments and changes are a lot different than when I say timing the market, where you expect, let's get out and let's get back in. That's not a healthy way to invest in the market. Market is about the long term, and it's really important to have the right strategies in place. So if you're a current client, the foundational planning meetings. If you're a holistic client, this is what you've been through, and all these things have been tested. If you're listening to this and you're new to the community and you've never done that, feel free to reach out and ask for these complimentary stress testing sessions and see how it pans out, because it's always good to get a second opinion, and it's always good to get the second opinion before anything happens. Most people are deer in a headlight, unfortunately. They wait for something bad happen to actually be proactive about getting answers. And one of the things I encourage you to do is, if you're unsure about something, if you're a client, reach out to your team here. If you're not a client, reach out and set up a second opinion and see what's the best situation that fits in your needs and your family's goals. In the meantime, if there are anything or any questions that rise up, don't hesitate to reach out. And if there are any topics you want to talk about, please email me or post to me, and I'll be happy to do that. My email is askcrystal@icwm.com. Talk to you soon.